Good evening, everybody. How's it going? It's me, KkrakK, and just it's going to be a shorter one today. It is Sunday. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, even the motherfuckers. It was a great day. It's beautiful out. I got a bike for my birthday. We spent the day biking. It was phenomenal. Had an absolute blast. So I didn't make the chat this afternoon, but should be back next week, I'm hoping. Quick look at some books. I read a couple of things, and then I wanted to talk about future plans and streaming and things. Don't panic. It's nothing major. I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not doing anything dramatic. I just have some ideas brewing, and I wanted to talk very minimally about future like live streams and things. So yeah, here we go. So the first couple of things are stuff that I got from the good old Winnipeg comic addicts. I'm probably going to sit down and read this tonight. So some Popeye from Roger. Does he do the writing too? Does Language? Let's just see. Yeah, Language does a bunch of the writing as well too. So this is IDW. It's the first few issues of the Popeye series that they put out. The big draw for me here was Tom Neely. I'm a fan of Tom Neely, the little bit that I've seen. We've talked about him here before, but he did some Popeye stories, and instead of trying to hunt down the original issues, this popped up on one of the Facebook comic addict groups, and I jumped on it. So I'm looking forward to reading this. I had a quick flip through the other day when I brought it home, or I guess yesterday when I brought it home, and it looks really great. Looks like a lot of fun. So hello, Scott Connor. So I'm looking forward to digging into this IDW graphic novel there. Also managed to score a couple of beat up Swamp Things that I didn't have, some Swamp Thing issues. These ones I'm not hitting this hard and trying to collect this in a big way when they come up for cheap, which these ones did because these are well loved. I do grab them. So issue number 18 there, issue number 20. The great covers there. Love that cover. And then issue number 21. I think I only have about 6 or 7 issues from this run. I mean, as much as I say that I don't want to also collect the Alan Moore singles, it may come to that. I do have the graphic novels and I love them. And the idea of trying to grab a whole bunch more single issues to stuff into the cabinets here isn't always the most appealing. But there you have it. This one was interesting. Weird Tales Illustrated from Millennium Comics. Millennium Comics popped up onto my radar. One title called Asylum that they put out. There was a few versions of Asylum. We talked about it briefly in the last stream. I did find some Millennium stuff when I went to cover, but this one popped up in that same auction. Got it for $1 or $2. I don't remember. But the bonus for this, and I didn't know anything about this, I just decided I would pick it up. This is from, doesn't have a year in the front. Let's see in the back here. Yeah, 1992. There we go. So 1992. One of the bonuses here is this first one is adapted from a story by Harlan Ellison, but art by Kelly Jones. So 1992, Kelly Jones. I'm unsure of when his DC work would have happened, but this isn't like the Kelly Jones that I know now. Anyway, some of the faces are quite a bit different here. Yeah, no, it looks like he's doing everything except for the colors. And then you flip the page and we get to stuff like, where did that go? Here we go. This to me is very much Kelly Jones. This is something taken almost right out of the Dead Man stuff that he did. The Exorcism, I think it was called, and then there was another one, Love After Death, I think. This reminds me of that, Kelly Jones. But so it's cool to see some maybe not as polished Kelly Jones in here. Pretty exciting. What else do we have here? Some John Bolton, of course, appearing. Party Games. So yeah, this looked great. Oh, you got this one. Hey, Scott. I think it went a couple of issues. I'm trying to remember. It was in the CLZ, and I can't remember. Maybe it was only the one issue. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah. So always worth a shot, this kind of stuff, I think, especially when it's cheap. So that's all from those. I did get some stuff from from Free Comic Book Day, rather. Not a lot, and I haven't read any of this stuff yet. So this is Tex in the Land of the Seminoles from Epicenter. There it is, Epicenter Comics. So not Europe Comics. I thought that was the Europe Comics logo. Rasa, if you're watching this, am I wrong about that? I thought that was the Europe Comics or European Comics or whatever that one. You were reading some stuff digitally. So this looked interesting. It's a title that I've heard about before, and it was free. So what the hell? The one shop that we did make it to, we didn't make it to very many. We just made it to 204 Comics. He was kind of limiting. William Stout also had a comics adaptation of Shattered Like a Glass Goblin. Oh, nice. That must have been from that Weird Tales. Pardon me, Weird Tales Illustrated. So yeah, we'll see how that is, that Tex. This one was intriguing. The Inkall universe. I guess there's some more books coming out, Inkall related. So this one gives you, it's like samplings of some of that. But the first thing they do, written by Mark Waid, Stephanie Rue colors. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, art. Sorry, art is Stefan Rue. Script is Mark Waid. Yes. So we start off with a brief overview of the Inkall itself, and then we get into some of the samples from the stories that are coming. So the Psychoverse is coming, written by Mark Russell, artist Yannick Paquette, colorist Nathan Fairburn, and letterer Troy Pateri. This looks really great. Again, just had a flip through just to kind of see, but that looks interesting. And then the other one was Dying Star, coming in 2023. Writer Dan Waters, artist colorist John Davis Hunt, and letterer Troy Pateri again. So a nice little sampling, and then it also gives you the Inkall reading order. Oh, and also coming in 2023, Kill Wolfhead from Brandon Thomas and Pete Woods. But here's the reading order of all the Inkall stuff, including the Meta Barons and etc. So there we go. So that's kind of a cool that's a cool freebie. And then finally for freebies, this one just looked interesting. I feel like I've seen this cover a million times before. Chaos and Comics was talking on the Discord about he feels like this has been something that's every Free Comic Book Day this comes out. A Netflix anime series. So yeah, it looked interesting, and I thought I'd grab it. There was a few really great things. Ended up grabbing some stuff for my daughter as well because they were limiting it. I grabbed one, and then my son grabbed a couple of things for her as well too. So yeah. And then while I was there, picked up my pull list and got some stuff off the shelf. I don't know how I missed issue 2 of Until My Knuckles Bleed, but I grabbed issue 3 because it was the only issue that he had left. Or was the only copy, rather, that he had left. So I figured I'd jump on it. So I haven't read it yet. I don't know how I missed Swamp Thing number 11, but he had number 12. And again, there was only a copy or two left, so I grabbed it. I'll have to try to hunt down issue number 11 to kind of keep reading, because I am enjoying this Ram V written series. Everybody seemed to be jumping on this. I'm not a fan of Scotty Young. I've never liked his art. I've never liked the baby covers. It's just not been my thing. I hadn't read much of his stuff. He's a guy that just didn't interest me. But because everybody was talking about this, and it's not him on art as well, I thought it looked pretty good, actually, just doing a quick flip through. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I read it tonight, I guess, or sometime today anyway. It was just okay. These last few are ones that I have read already. It was just okay. It didn't blow me away. I mean, I'd give the second issue a chance if I did remember and if I see it. But I'm not rushing out to add it to my pull list. I'm glad I gave it a shot, though. This might be another fun one to read with my daughter too. But some beautiful looking art here. The Storyteller, issue number 3 of 4 from the Shapeshifters arc here, and beautiful as always. Great story. Another great story. Not as kind of touching as the previous issue, but still really, really good. Yeah, so you know me. I'm a sucker. Jim Henson, Storyteller. It's a no-brainer. It's consistently good for me. The Killer, Affairs of the State, issue number 3. So this was a fantastic read as well. It really, I mean, maybe I'll back that up a little bit. Fantastic is maybe a little strong. I enjoyed it. There's some ideas that they're playing with here. This guy has a really bleak outlook, and I don't quite remember him having this bleak of a outlook, in the previous series. I could be misremembering it because it has been a long time since I've read it. But oblivion and nothingness will overtake us all, exactly as it did those who lived 200, 2,000, or even 20,000 years ago, vanished without a trace. Now and then, a few individuals will last through the ages, leave their mark on their time and people's memories, be the stuff of legend. So, I mean, that's like, the opening pages are very kind of very bleak. This guy does not have anything resembling a positive outlook on humanity whatsoever, which I guess makes sense since he's a hired assassin. And we just kind of keep getting our story. They've done a hit and made it look like a rival gang, and they're talking about fucking with the cops. They're talking about misinformation and political. They sort of touch on political viewpoints. And I thought it was a really nice contrast talking about that and how people can easily be misled, and then them trying to mislead the cops, and then the cops themselves not trusting what they're seeing with their own eyes. So I thought that was a real nice contrast about how easily you can manipulate people and how people ask too many questions and don't accept things, cutting to that where it's actually their job to question things because there's something fishy about the crime scene and he just can't put his finger on it. So that part of the story intrigues me. I think that will be interesting if they keep on with these cops, which I feel like they're going to, because we end our story with them. So yeah, this is good. I'm really liking this. 3 issues in, and I'm digging it. And then last but absolutely not least, Animal Castle, issue number 5. Finally got my hands on this. And what can I say? I have so many thoughts about this book. We won't go into all of them. There was parts here that I wasn't crazy about. Ultimately, I think the ending was really well done. I don't know. Hello, Colin. I don't know what I was expecting. I think that's what I was loving about this book, because I didn't really know what to expect of where this story was going. So it when it did kind of end, because I do believe this is the last issue, when it did kind of end, it was satisfying-ish. They were playing with some ideas again, like you think about politics and how change comes and the actions of workers, basically labor movement, and what it takes to kind of stand up and change a system. It's dealing with some really big topics, you know what I mean? It's dealing with some big subjects, and it resonates even more so nowadays, where we're seeing Amazon unionize, we're seeing Starbucks unionize. I work in a union, you know what I mean? So I'm steeped in this kind of stuff. And a lot of these ideas that they're presenting here are challenges. And I think where they start, we start off our story with the animals are now, they've been the ones that are protesting and want free wood. Their home has been destroyed. They have no wood to keep them warm, and they're really suffering through a winter. And it's one of the things they sort of gloss over is this idea that I think that's the part that's the hardest. I think that it feels to me like there's a whole chunk of a story that was sort of missed when you talk about trying to get people invested and trying to get people active and trying to get people stand up for things. I mean, I see it with our own members time and time and time and time again. It is so difficult. Engagement is the hardest fucking part. And it feels like they got everybody to engage really quickly. And when some of this suffering happened, their engagement was still there. And it wasn't really, hello, Damien. It wasn't really explored, and it wasn't really, I don't know, I'm trying to use my words properly here. It didn't feel to me like doing justice to that part of the struggle when you're dealing with these kind of things. Now, I do also get that this is a comic book. I do also get that this is a 5-issue miniseries, and there's only so many ideas that you can fit in. I also get that they were shooting towards an ending that I'm assuming they had well in advance. So there's going to be some story points that you not gloss over, but you just kind of don't spend as much time because it doesn't serve your overall story. I would have liked to seen this be like a 10-issue series or a 12, or I don't know, even an 8 or something, a few more issues to kind of dig into that a little bit more, that struggle when things were really going bad, a little bit more back and forth, and the attrition that naturally happens from that. So I won't spoil the ending because I think that would be unfair, but I do hope that those of you who do read it are into talking about it, because I am curious as to people's thoughts about the ending. I know what my thoughts are, obviously, but I would love to explore that with somebody if you all do end up reading this. So ultimately, though, I would still strongly recommend. I've put in an order from my shop. I've asked. They're doing a hardcover collection. There's going to be a limited number that are signed. I've talked to my comic guy to see if he can get a copy of the signed ones. I think there's only going to be like 200, something like that. So he's going to try his best. He didn't make me any promises. He said he's been lucky to get some stuff in the past when these kind of offers happen. But he's going to really try. Even if he doesn't get a copy of the signed one, I'm still going to get the hardcover that's coming out anyway, even though I have the single issues. So yeah, I absolutely am. Yeah, for sure. I hope that I can get the signed one. That's my kind of hope, because this has just been for the issues that I had with this particular issue. It doesn't in any way sully the rest of the read for me. I think I applaud them for trying to kind of tackle some of these subjects in a comic. I love that this kind of stuff is talked about in a different way. Is it a little basic still? Absolutely, for sure. But again, we're dealing with comics. We're dealing with 5 issues. There's only so many ideas that you can get into them. So I do applaud them for trying. And it is stuff that means a lot to me. That kind of struggle for labor means a lot, and always has throughout my entire life, but even more so these days. So I do appreciate seeing it presented in a way like this. That will be one that I would love to read with my daughter as well, too, as she kind of, maybe in a year or something. We actually had a pretty good discussion tonight about politics. She was talking about what jobs she could do in the future, and we were just kind of talking about jobs and things that she wants to do, and talking to her about what it is to be a politician etc., etc. And it was a very interesting conversation because as everybody thinks about their kids, it just happens to be true with my children. My children are the best and they are the smartest, but she's got an incredible mind, and it's great to sit and listen to her bat around these ideas. Anyway, enough of that. Did I have anything else to show you? I don't think so. The rest we did. Yeah, that's it. Short one. So just to give you something to look at. So the last thing I wanted to talk about quickly was so Loading the Cannon needs I'm going to say it time and time again, but Loading the Cannon has an incredible channel. You need to subscribe to it. And he streamed a videotape a little while ago now, probably a month ago now or something. And it was phenomenal. So immediately I jumped on that bandwagon and wanted to go back to doing some streaming. So I did a couple of streams on my channel. Most recently, I was going to show the Garbage Pail Kids documentary. We got a part of the way into it, and the man came and crushed us. So they shut the stream down. I got an email telling me that I have a copyright strike. My channel is still around. You're still watching it. Everything else was fine. Yes. Oh, what happened there? What did I do? There we go. Yes. I won't. Don't worry. We'll start talking shit about him right away too. You ordered it. Awesome. So it got me thinking about doing some streams, and when the pandemic hit, I was doing some Twitch streams. I was watching some Twitch streams. The guy that does Cave Evil was doing Twitch. There was a bunch of the noise musicians that were doing mini festivals. And it was a blast. And I even did a couple of shows myself. We raised some money for some local charities with the first one. And then the second one, everybody who performed got a little bit of money. It really didn't turn out to a lot, but so I downloaded OBS and I did a Twitch stream, and I showed the Garbage Pail Kids over on my Twitch channel. And it was so good because it's so smooth. You don't get any copyright strikes. Once the stream is over, the video goes away, never to be seen again. So I would encourage you all to explore getting a Twitch channel. I've left the link in the description to my Twitch channel. There's nothing there now, but for future streams, because I would love to try again to do some stuff over there. I don't have a TV guide or anything to give you an idea of what's coming or when it's coming, but I'll kind of post it on social media. So if you are interested, Twitch is a pretty damn good platform. It's not that difficult to use. Honestly, I don't check into it a lot. I have a couple of channels that I specifically watch, and it's mostly for live performances and things. So please check it out. You can subscribe over there as well too, or you can follow. I guess it's not a subscription. You can follow them to subscribe, because it was a gaming thing. It was about paying money to be a member, so to speak. And I'm not into any of that stuff. I just want to show some weird shit that would get us copyright strikes over here on YouTube. So that's it. Check out that link. I'm blushing, don't worry. Check out that link. Colin sucks. And I'm just kidding. Sorry. That even felt wrong to say that. But thanks very much for hanging out, fellas. It was good to see you all. And we'll talk to you soon. Oh, you have one there, Damien. Yeah, definitely check it out. I was really impressed with the software that I got in my shitty old computer, because I was watching it back on the phone as it was broadcasting. There was about a 20-second, 30-second delay, but the quality was just the smoothest. The audio was crystal clear. There's a chat room so you can hang out and chat. We can all kind of talk and things. So it'd be great. I'm still keeping my eyes out to see if there's anything I can download that's not readily available anywhere else, and maybe we can sit and watch it. The Garbage Pail Kids documentary also is amazing. It's really great. I may try to screen it again next week. It's really great. Conversations with Art Spiegelman, conversations with a whole bunch of like underground artists talking about creating the Garbage Pail Kids cards. You get to see some original art. It's really, really well done. Well worth hunting down. Okay, this time for real. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you later.